So US oil on the monthly time frame, we want to analyze this pair and look for trading opportunities. So we have to analyze it as a whole so that we can have a bigger picture. So the first thing we do, we mark our highs and then our lows. So this is definitely our all-time highs based on the monthly time frame. And then we have other highs here. When we mark them, this gives us a resistance here. And then from this resistance, we see price pulling back down. And then we had an impulse. So we had a serious pull down until we had this break also here, this strong candle here. Remember how this is our price difference candle. So I've explained this concept several times in other videos. When you have a strong candle break that closes below certain lows, that is your price difference. So we mark this, and that is where resistance occurs, the origin of resistance. And then from here, we see the pull down and then pull back into this resistance area, which is a result of price difference, and then another pull to the downside here. So we'll mark this as our low. The same way, this pull back down to all the way here was also a low, and then price pull back up, and then is now coming to the lows that it had created. So, and then looking down here, we will see definitely this is our all-time lows, the same way we had this as our all-time highs. And then from here, we see a scenario price pull back up and broke above this previous low here to continue upward. And then from here, we see a pullback down. This becomes our demand area. Remember, a demand is when you have a series of one directional candles and then an opposite candle. So this, we have bullish, 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 and then we have an opposite candle. So this is our demand area, an area where we expect the market to react. Okay, so that means in case the market passes through this support, breaks them down here, then we could actually have, this would be the next place for it to come, because I don't expect oil to come back to these lows anytime soon. So once we have that, we can now come to a lower time frame. But of course, you need to also study price at these lows. There will be a reaction. Okay, so let's come to the weekly. So on the weekly, we want to continue with marking our highs, our lows, and price difference areas. So we just repeat the same thing over and over again. But then here we'll be specific in a place where price is. But let me just go back to the monthly. I need to show you something on the monthly. So on the monthly, you have these are the highs here, which is also a resistance. And then price came, broke. This is a price difference candle because it has broken below this low here. So once you have that, then we can now come to the weekly comfortably. So on the weekly, we see this scenario whereby the price is approaching these lows here, and then these are the lows here. So these are areas in which we shall look for patterns. Again, if you don't know about what I'm talking about, there's a video I did about patterns. You can check it out. So on the weekly, the week has not yet closed. We still have a few days, about 2 days for the weekly candle to close. But however, we've already seen a scenario where these lows have been broken. So the moment that happens, the next thing we're waiting for is for price to be able to approach to these lows. And then once it approaches these lows, we begin to look for patterns. So let me come to the 4-hourly. So on the 4-hourly, we already see that this is the low that we're waiting to trade from. So what kind of a pattern do we want to see on this? So we want to see a scenario where price reaches here and then pulls back up, down to give us a double bottom fractal. That's when we can begin to look for trades. So we will not just trade here because this is support. We want to see a particular pattern. So there's a video I did about scientific patterns. The market is not random as we think it is. There are certain patterns which happen. Once they happen, then we can get. So in this same way also, I want to wait for the same pattern. In case the market passes through that, I will wait for this same pattern down here. So because this is our next support area. So this is what we have on US oil. The next, all we just have to do is to be patient and wait for what we want. If what we want doesn't appear, then we leave. The reason why I'm waiting for a pattern here is when this one is broken. So this is what we have on US oil. See you.